Hello, day 6 of Essoni's challenge. But first of all, I want to come back to day 5 because maybe some of you are wondering, how do you know what card you picked out or the most or is stalking you? Because you know what memory is like. We'd rather remember how many times we picked up the sun than the tower. Well, I did show this book, the Tarot Handbook about the South Tarot, and it's something I really like in it. And it's called, oh, I need to open it completely. Well, it's big. The Daily Spread Record. Now, you don't need to have the book to do it. You just have all your cards here. And let's say, day by day, you just put a cross on what card you got that day, and then you will see you can add them like at the end of every month or something, and you will know what card keeps coming back in your daily readings, or you can keep a journal, same thing, and then add them at the end of the months, see how many major cards you got, how many pentacles, how many swords. It's really interesting to do this. Anyway, I'm going to move on about the deck. I finally crossed off, I said decks because I always cheat, I always have more, and I had to limit myself. I always cross off, I always tell more than the prompt, but there you go. The first one was totally by chance. It's an out of print deck. You obviously, that's why, finally crossed off. It's like, oh, it's expensive, or you can't find it anywhere. So the first one is out of print still, and the people who own it just absolutely adore it. And I don't know, it passed me by at the time because I've been reading tarot for a long time. But it happens sometimes, you don't see the beauty of the deck, and then you see it one day, it's too late, it's out of print. So I was looking on it, for it online now and again, and in December I had to go and buy a suit for myself, and in my town I couldn't find anything, so I went to Avignon. If you've heard the story, please move on, but I'm just saying this for new viewers. And I go and buy my suit. I still had an hour to the train, so I thought, oh, I know there's an esoteric shop not too far, although she never gets many new decks, so I don't go there often, but let's go and have a look. And I get there and I saw it as soon as I pushed the door. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I nearly did a rugby tackle to saying it's mine, it's mine. I see there she's got about 10 decks, but there on the front of the window there is the Jill Tarot. I couldn't believe my eyes, and I thought, okay, finding it is one thing, but then let's go and ask for the price. This one is gonna hurt, and I know that it's my chance, so I can't let it go past, so I have to ask how much it is. And she said it's 30 euros, and I went, excuse me? And she said, yeah, I know it's out of print and all that, but I'll sell it to you for 30 euros. Obviously, I pushed all the clients, I grabbed it, I paid for it. So let me show you, if you don't know about the Jill Tarot. It's just an exquisite tarot, and I think at the time I didn't get it because the minors are a little bit more unillustrated than the decks I had at the time. Well, let me space here to put the cards. So, yeah. So this is based on a tree of life, and when you get the card, you do have a layout guide for the spread. So it's just exquisite day, and even though you see the minors are non-illustrated in a way, but there's still things to go on. But I mean, look at that. The story is amazing about this deck. I'm not gonna tell it again. I've made a video about the Jill Tarot, so about me finding it. So if you want to know more about how this tarot was created, feel free to check my other video. So obviously I got this in December. I've been extremely busy. I haven't put my head into it yet. I need still to order the book, which I don't have. I didn't even think about asking her if she had the book. I just grabbed the deck and left, like, it's mine, and I ran. So, but when you've been looking for a deck for a very long time, and I didn't want to pay, what is it going by, $200 or something? There's no way. There's no way. No way. Apart from the Arasoma, which I think is worth quite a price because the system is just so crazy that it's worth it to me. Apart from that, I can't say one deck is worth it just for the art. But I mean, look at that star. You're showered in a pyramid of stars. Oof. So that was one deck that I'm so happy to have, and I just know we're gonna have a fantastic relationship together. The second one, I looked at it, and there were mixed reviews from people, some absolutely raving about it, others saying it's just too up there for them to work only with this. But I looked, and what stopped me? It's not just the price of the deck. I do understand you, indie decks creators. I do get it. It's very expensive to make a deck. And if you ever watched Ethony's video about creating a deck and about having it funded and all that, it seems like you must really want to do it. So the price of the deck, yeah, but it's about these crazy poster prices. I pay as much for the post than I pay for the deck. So and don't tell me about post for now, because they've lost one of my parcels, and I'm going recorded parcels. Their computers went off, and they've lost track of a lot of Christmas parcels sent from France, and I'm absolutely fuming about it. But anyway, let's move on. That deck, no, there's not a deck that I can think, okay, never mind, I'll pay double the price of the deck just to get it. Honestly, I'll have to find other ways. I'm not earning enough, and there's not a good enough excuse for me to do it. But then I got one last year, one of them, and I say, okay, I'll give it to the post office, and it's the Star Child Tarot, because it goes exactly with my work that I'm doing. I'm learning to read the Akashic Records. It's a long, it's going to be another one. It's going to be like the chakras. It's going to take me years, but I know this is an absolutely fantastic deck for me to do this. So it's a work tool for me, although I don't make money out of tarot, but it's a learning tool, and that's why I thought, okay, this is a learning tool, I am getting it. It is true that it's extremely, extremely spiritual, but at the same time, it's a tarot, so you can read tarot cards too. That's the second edition. The third one has got no borders and is smaller, but honestly, I like it with the white borders. I've stopped trimming on my decks. I don't know. When it's white or black, I don't trim it anyway. I still haven't trimmed my Marielle. I've thought about it, then nearly did it, then didn't. Actually, it doesn't bother me. It's just when they do crazy borders that I can't stand it. But when it's white like that, it's fine. It gives me the space to go into the card. I don't mind. But look at that deck. I mean, the quality of the card, it's like cardboard, It's cardboard. And what other deck has got things like this? I just, it does justify the post office fee. but I can get one a year, and that's that. So this year it was this one. So I can't wait to look at all your decks because, and even the books I haven't watched yesterday. I did my video last thing before going to sleep. So I'm going to have a weekend watching all your videos from yesterday because I haven't watched yesterday and today. So once again, I'll see you for day 6.